Hi, this is Jonathan Rosenhead, Jerusalem psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post, Parshas Vayeishev, is going to discuss parent modeling. So first of all, let's describe what is parent modeling. As parents, we are the primary caregivers for our children, and this puts us in a position where we are able to educate, to guide, and to influence our children. And this is done in a verbal and non-verbal way. We transmit and we convey certain messages to our children. We give them ideals and beliefs, and we also influence the way that they behave. And this is all done through parent modeling, that we act as a model for our children. So let's see how this appears in this week's parasha. Yaakov and the brothers hear about the dreams of Yosef. Yosef relates to them about these dreams that he's had. And this causes a lot of jealousy and conflict between the brothers. And we read that Yaakov, like any father would like to do, tries to diffuse the situation. He tries to dismiss this idea of the dream. Rashi tells us that he tells the brothers, and he tells Yosef in front of the brothers, that these dreams are just nonsense, they're not real. And Rashi explains that Yaakov is trying to diffuse the situation, to remove the tension and the jealousy between his sons. But immediately after this, after Yaakov's apparent rebuke to Yosef to try to dismiss these dreams, the pasuk tells us that the brothers were jealous and were envious of Yosef, and Yaakov, the pasuk says, Aviv shama et hadavar, that he kept this matter in his mind. Rashi tells us that he anticipated these dreams coming true. He anticipated when they would come to be a reality. So it's interesting that after the pasuk explains that Yaakov tried to dismiss the situation, immediately afterwards we have this juxtaposition within the same pasuk that the brothers were still envious of Yosef, and Yaakov was keeping the belief that the dreams would come true. So we see there's an inconsistency between what Yaakov said to the brothers, that the dreams are not going to come true, and what he believed inside. And perhaps this is why the pasuk tells us in the same pasuk that the brothers were still jealous of Yosef, and this is because Yaakov, inside, he still believed that the dreams were true. He gave over one message in his words, that the dreams were not true. He tried to dismiss it. He tried to give over the message that they were nonsense, to diffuse the situation and to reduce the conflict, but he himself believed in it. And this message, this non-verbal message, was conveyed, perhaps we can say was conveyed to the brothers. They picked up on it. They were sensitive to the inconsistency in Yaakov, in their father's message, the incongruence between what he said and what he believed. Because children are sensitive to the modeling of their parents, to the messages that they're giving across, in a verbal and in a non-verbal way. Obviously we have the obvious verbal or open actions of our parents, the way they act and behave, and this is shown in the famous experiments of Albert Bandura with the Bobo doll, that showed that children, when they see how people act, they then copy these actions. This is obvious external behavioral modeling, but also in the non-verbal behavior, in the way that we behave, the way that we act, even in a subconscious way, we transmit certain messages to our children, and they pick up on this. So in order to have a healthy way of modeling, a healthy parent modeling, we need to be aware and ensure that there is a congruence, there's a consistency between the way we act, the way that we speak, and what we believe inside. This transmits a comprehensive, healthy message to our children. It creates a healthy relationship with our children, and creates a healthy and productive parent-child relationship for their development. Have a great Shabbos. Keep well.